So to all the ladies who think that guys just want to fuck us, I'm here to tell you that they don't. I'm here to distinguish between two types of men. The very superficial men who are just looking to stick their penis in anything pretty much. Guys going through a whole phase. Plunderers. Low quality men, either low quality men. Okay, let me put it this way. Any guy after the age of 25 who is still in a hookup phase is emotionally stunted and immature, in my opinion. Because having worked with men for many years, successful, good-looking men, masculine men who are sensual, the majority of them, even when they like sex, they're not interested in hooking up. And some of them will even prefer the very slow seduction process, the erotic process, and cuddling. A lot of men like to cuddle. This is the big secret that men maybe don't know other men like. And I'm telling you, I'm talking about professional, attractive men who can pull women, who are good in bed, and they like to cuddle. They want to be sensual. They want to kiss. They want to hold. They want to cuddle. Yeah, they want sex, but that's not the only thing they want. You know, I think that porn has ruined men's idea of sex. This is just my opinion. I don't even know if I'm right here. That they think that they should be, you know, thrusting their penis into every hole. If you look at children, if you look at men when they were younger, they wanted to be held by their parents. They wanted to be held and loved on. They climbed on their parents' laps. They wanted to be held. They had little boys hold hands with other little boys. They have their friends. They're very group-oriented. They like to play in roughhouse. And be affectionate with their moms. Eventually, they stop being affectionate with their moms. They become interested in girls, and they turn their attention more to the opposite sex. But that same sensual touch that they got from their moms, they will want to get that from a woman. Just the same way that women do. Like, we are sensual beings. Porn has really ruined all that. So I'm here to say that there are many men that I've met that I thought were pretty hot, that don't just want to stick their penis in any hole. In fact, they're very conscientious of wasting their sexual energy. Like, I do not want to waste my sexual energy on this woman or on something casual. The majority of men actually, I think, actually prefer sex in a relationship. Sure, there are some guys that are more like sociosexual, more likely to hook up, but that's not really what satisfies them, because in hookup sex, they don't get that heart connection. And an emotionally healthy man wants that heart connection just as much as anyone else. Like, we're human beings. We don't talk enough about love. By the way, it's not called making love. You don't make love. You already are love. You can share love. You can exude love. You can receive loving presence of another person. You don't make love or falling in love. It's like a fall. You're falling out of love with yourself. It's like, I don't like those terms, but I just wanted you guys to know that so many men, emotionally healthy men, want the sexual experience with someone that they have an emotional connection to, preferably in a relationship. That's healthy. I'm not going to shame guys going through a hoe phase. I went through my hoe phase after my divorce for a couple years, and I realized this does not serve me at all. I wasn't trying to go through a hoe phase. It just kind of turned out that way, but that's kind of what it was. And I was like, this does not serve me. A lot of men feel that same way. When I was younger, I went through a hoe phase in college, but by the age of 22, I was done with that too. I did not hook up anymore after 22. And then, you know, a few years later, I got married. So just from seeing men, I would say that a man who is just going around hooking up with women after the early 20s is pretty much emotionally stunted. This is my opinion. You can feel free to disagree with me, but this whole thing of just whipping your dick into anything that walks is for the man who is emotionally stunted. Guys in the manosphere who want to use women and get some kind of power trip out of it. Guys who are insecure and think it gives them some kind of ego boost because there's no relationship there. They're avoiding intimacy. They're intimacy avoidant. They're lacking something in their empathy part of their brain is broken. They're broken, in my opinion. Some guys mature later. They're late mature, so usually 30 could be a turning point. But just using people as masturbation devices or to scoreboard is immature. I do want to make a caveat there that sometimes people feel an attraction to someone and may have sex with them right away and think that it could lead to something. I'm not including that. I'm just including people who are just like, yeah, I don't want anything serious. I just kind of want to sleep around. I just find that the men that I meet are not into that. They want a sensual experience. And sometimes when they're younger and they're working a lot, they don't have time to date or they haven't met someone. But ultimately, that's what they want. When I see guys in their 30s, 40s, and 50s still just looking for hookup, you're looking at Peter Pans. Guys that age, 30s, 40s, 50s, and still just trying to hook up and have never been in a relationship or never been married, those guys are emotionally stunted. And anyone who wants them, you think that having an ex-wife or kids are baggage, you're welcome to these guys. But anyway, I just also want men to know that if you like sensuality and slow lovemaking or fucking, whatever you want to call it, you're not alone.